Following the end of World War I, the United States and the other allies needed to figure out the peace treaty. And they signed what's referred to as the Treaty of Versailles, which included the war guilt clause and the reparations clause. But most importantly for the United States politics was that it included the League of Nations. And the president, it's important to remember, gets to negotiate peace treaties, but a treaty has to be ratified by 2/3 of the Senate. And if you remember, he made a mistake when he refused to bring any Republicans along, which was partially something that helps to cause bad feelings. But it's important to remember that Republicans are also in control of the Senate, which means that they have to approve of the treaty. So the president negotiates, Senate has to approve, and Republicans control the Senate. And they thought that the League of Nations was a threat to United States independence, because if the League of Nations were to vote to go and militarily act against another country, that would override the American Constitution, which says that the Senate has to approve any sort of military action, or Congress does. What they wanted, or what they felt that the American people wanted, was a return to isolationism. So we can see that following World War I, because of all the death and destruction that was a result of that, we had this debate about whether the United States should be an international actor or if they should go back to being Fortress America and be isolated. Wilson, for his part, saw the League as something that was going to be vital to preventing future world wars. So he refused to negotiate with the Republicans about any of this stuff. And he said he was going to take it directly to the people. He started a train tour where he would have gone to 29 or 30 different cities and spoken a couple of different times a day in support of the Treaty of Versailles. Unfortunately, along the way, he fell ill. He had a stroke, and he was never the same after, and he's going to die a few months later. The treaty ends up failing in the Senate. And after a year or so, the United States had to sign a separate peace treaty with Germany, ending the war. Well, what we need to remember is that the United States has decided to leave the world stage, and the United States went back to an isolationist stance. And as an isolationist, the United States refused to get involved in Europe as fascists rise to power. Fascists, of course, are autocratic dictators that use military and nationalism to drive their agenda. The United States wasn't there to help stop them, and we have the fascists in Italy under Mussolini rise, and most importantly, Adolf Hitler and the Nazis in Germany.